Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another round of the Blitz World Series.
All right. Coming at you, another round of Blitz action on the crowd favorite Kong map. We got Luke in red in the bottom right. He's kind of a mixed match, currently living in America. We got him playing under the UN flag. We got Zain out of Pakistan playing in yellow in the top left. Soviet versus Soviet to start things off. Now, I'm really excited about this match. This is a couple of great players, but what's exciting is that Zain won the Kong tournament. So Zain is the reigning Kong champion. But Luke, new kid on the block, kind of came out of nowhere and has been putting on an absolute show. He's just a complete beast. Incredible player, and he's really got into the Blitz format well. He's been helping me make some maps, so he understands the mod. He's got some good reps in, but he's a really fast player. That's what I like about Luke. He's building, and so we'll see. Zain definitely more experienced on this particular map. Zain the reigning champion, Luke the new kid on the block, looking to knock him down a notch. So we got $15 on the line, best of 9. Let's get into it. Stardust. Yeah, it could be a little similar. Ooh, right in that bunker now. I'm gonna ult. Okay, so ult's the War Factory, but wow, that bunker got a lot of damage done. Luke dangerously hanging out in that bunker, but able to dive there and take the War Factory, which is nice. Soviet versus Soviet, obviously, we're playing a game called Rhino Wars, and to hit that War Factory early, get him behind on rhinos is really nice. And really good bunker placement from Zain, you'll see here, on both edges of the bottleneck. Really able to protect his base. And Zain goes down and grabs the health crate. Really nice, brings him to full health. He's got a crazy monkey chasing him after him. Going to take care of him. Wait, first time chatter, by the way. Thanks for hanging out, man. You're in for a real treat. We got a real barn burner here today. And again, goes into the War Factory, trying to ult the War Factory again. Loses a couple rhinos for it. And Zain calling out the militia. A lot of infantry. Getting a lot of work done with those infantry, too. I like that. When you drop a War Factory, start spamming conscripts. Conscripts are underrated. They really are. They can get a lot done in mass numbers. And using the Tesla troopers as well. And Zain, I like this. Zain not on his heels, not defensive, even though he's been down on tanks. Well, he is down on tanks significantly, but still keeping the pressure on. I like that. Don't want to get on your heels. Oh man, the Tesla troopers. That's the counter for those monkeys, huh? Nice. All right, so Luke with a nice little base stretch here, but and now Zain now is stretching out from his base as well, top side. Health crate out now. Looks like Zain's going to get down and take that health crate. Demo truck on the left side. Keep an eye on the left side. We got a demo truck. Oh, and the demo truck. Wow, the demo truck takes both those bunkers, and he does have a deso on that left side. Keep an eye on that left side as well. I know we got a battle on the right, but that deso is going to get in there and take out all of Zain's defenses on the left side. Nice little tank battle here on the right. Luke needs to be very careful. He's got to keep moving because he does not want to face all of that conscript fodder head on. Okay, and Luke, the first one to start taking advantage of desos. You'll see Zain does not have tech out yet. The monkeys are crazy, man. If you don't kill them, they'll kill you. It has to be done. Alright, tank engagement here. Ooh, and Zain a little late to the party with his conscripts, and Luke going to pull ahead here. Perfect timing from Luke. Has a deso right there. Oh, does get the deso down. Wow, those conscripts are right out of range. Wow, that was close. Those conscripts in the top right are staying alive, though. And Zain's defenses are down on the left side, so if Luke can get a split going, get a little counter punch going, he should be able to crack something on the left side if he's able to get to it. But obviously, there's a lot going on here, and he has to deal with Zain pushing on the right side with a great amount of fodder, a couple elite conscripts, which is always nice. Iron Curtain now. He's got his tech out, nuclear reactor, so Luke significantly ahead on tech. Luke now out with his third War Factory as Zain brings out a Battle Lab to try to match him. Zain wants to get his Iron Curtain out. Zain bringing some desos to the front lines. He needs to be careful. He is, well, the tank situation is similar, actually.
Kirov reporting.
And now a Kirov from Zain on the right side. I like that. By the way, as we take a little gap in the action, If you are watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe. It is immensely helpful. I know everyone always says that. I know it's annoying, but realistically, until you get 1,000 followers, YouTube basically runs ads on your content and keeps the money. So we got to get to 1,000 followers. We can run our own ads. We can get our own money. We can give more money to players, run more tournaments, more matches. It's going to be amazing. Okay, Boris on the left side here. Boris going off on the left side. And Zain matches Boris Wars. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Zain brought out his own Boris and took out Luke's Boris. Wow, that was hilarious. We got Kirov Wars on the right side, both players matching each other beautifully, tit for tat right now. That Kirov doesn't get a lot done, but now Zain Luke diving on the left side to get the Iron Curtain, and Zain diving on the bottom right to get Luke's Iron Curtain, but Zain gets the MCV, and I think, or Luke gets Zain's MCV. Oh, I think Zain could have taken Luke's MCV there. It would have been a straight trade, and the problem is right now, if you look top left and bottom right, the issue is that Luke's army doesn't have anyone matching it. Oh, but now, and Luke's army falls apart on the bottom right, and this has devolved into a straight base trade, both players running amok in each other's base. But Zain on his last war factory, Luke targeting it, and Zain loses his last war factory, picks up a couple of elites. He's heavily droned, but that'll be it. Zain is down to nothing but a barracks right now, and Luke has a ton of drones out to counter. Luke still has 4 war factories, significantly ahead right now. He just needs to hold off this rush, and the drones should be able to do that nicely. And let's see if Zain GG's out or tries to look for a Hail Mary. Board Russ. That's right, Small. Anything but bored, though. Old Boris can get anything done. Zain calls GG's. I like that he's just like assessing his situation, looking around, looking at what Luke has, and calls GG. And that was a real barn burner. I like that. That was really, really close. A lot of craziness with that base trade. It was hard to follow. A lot going on. That one will be fun to rewatch. Let's pull up the replay here. What are we looking at in this replay? Something. The Boris on the left side going off, hits that oil derrick, gets a nice chain reaction, takes a war factory with it, but then Zain brings out his own Boris, guns down Luke's Boris. Yep. That was pretty fun. Pretty fun, pretty fun. Luke picks up game number 1, so now Luke ahead 1-0, moving on to Allied versus Allied. And I think Zain wanted to get a win there. Zain's a really, really strong Soviet player, and Luke, well, they're both strong players across the board. Of course, you have to be to play Blitz, but Luke, I think, is probably favored with Allied. His ability to manage Eagles, he mixes up very quickly with air and land. Gives a really, really diverse look that's very difficult to deal with. And then also his base walking. He spams buildings, which is absolutely crucial for Allied to do that prism walk, which is obviously kind of the bread and butter of the offensive for Allied. Okay. So both players get a pretty good scout, I think. Okay, so a couple of GVs from both players now. I like this. I like this early. You know, it's a pretty cheap investment, relatively. Send a couple of GVs in, and with their speed, you can do a little in and outs, do a little harassment, bait a couple pillboxes, and you don't have to get too much done with it to get your money out of it, I think. With that being said, Luke is broke. Wow, and Luke, this is not normal for Luke. Luke is usually a very high economy player, and to see Luke now with only now just bringing out his first oil. He had a war factory, a barracks, and an AFC before his second oil. That's not common for Luke, and he's going to be paying the price here for a while. Keep an eye on Luke's money. He's going to continuously be bottoming out, and that's going to radically slow down his production. Only now bringing out a third oil, and he's going to be a little behind here. Let's see if he's able to catch up, though. He needs some compensation for that. I'm not sure what he's going to be looking for, but I think Zain feels that, smells a little blood in the water. He's up on Grizzlies. And we'll see if Zain tries to poke in here and make something happen. That 1 GI. What is that 1 GI doing? All right, now switch over to the other side after you bait the pillbox. Why not? He's got his GIs there. He's got his pillbox. Switch it up. Switch it up. Bringing an IFV back to the base. Ah, nice. So Zain top left now taking, getting a sniper in that IFV to come down and clean out those GIs. I like that. It's a good move. And we see the first Eagles out now from Zain. Zain does not have that AFC defended. Oh, and that is really unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So the Eagles will not die until... Oh, he didn't keep on moving. He could have tried to save those Eagles. He wasn't able to. And so Zain out now with a Battle Lab, which is nice, and a nice split from Zain. Zain attacking on both fronts, but gonna lose that engagement on the bottom. Gonna lose. So now he's gonna try to push in, and I'm not sure what he's trying to do. Diving on a power plant in bottom right. And as I say that, Zain loses Battle Lab in top right. So now Zain is back to sticks and stones. He's got no AFC. He's got no Battle Lab. And Luke's got a handful of Grizzlies. His Paradrop's getting some damage done topside. And Luke's got 4 Eagles. So these Eagles, now that he controls these Eagles, Luke can just continuously pick Zain apart at this point. Really, really difficult for Zain to claw his way out of this one. As soon as Zain builds an AFC or a Battle Lab, Luke's going to bomb it. Simple as that. And when you're stuck building Grizzlies, you just fall behind really, really quick. There he is again, knocks him down again, takes that AFC, beautiful move. Now Luke bringing out another AFC for 4 more Eagles. Yeah. And Zain, and that's not a good placement for an AFC. Luke will happily take that. Luke snipes a War Factory top left. He gets the AFC on the right. He's got a Paradrop doing work, taking out power on the top left. He's got Rockies on the bottom right. Luke is a pop, 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 pop from all sides right now. Absolutely overwhelming. Zane's going to try to push in with an army here, but he's pushing into a lot with a little, and it's not going to work. Zain calls GG. Wow, okay, and Luke, the first game was closer. That one was pretty dominant. Allied versus Allied, though, I think that's, you know, like I said, that's going to favor Luke a little bit more. So, but Luke, a pretty dominating lead in both games. And let's see what Zain can bring here. Luke up 2-0. Okay. So we got Zain in the top right now, Luke in the bottom left. Because Zain lost the last game, he defaults to Soviet. So Luke again with Allied. Luke feeling super comfortable with that Allied. He's proven that the multiple faction Allied can be super overpowering. He makes great use of his snipers, his Eagles, and his Paradrop. But we'll see. Zane's got some tricks up his sleeve with Soviet. And a Luke, again, taking out a War Factory before the oil. It's really, really interesting. In that last tournament on Kong, the meta by the end was people were building 4 oils before their War Factory. But now to see Luke, AFC, and War Factory before oil, it's interesting. But, yeah, if it's working, it's working. So, Zain does bring out a couple oils before his War Factory, so not a super early Rhino. And Zain builds an engineer? That must have been a misclick. Because, well, anyway, engineers don't take over buildings in Blitz. So, presumably that was a misclick. Maybe he's just going to have it there hanging out, ready to repair his MCV if it gets attacked. I don't know. Early $500 for an engineer is not something we see a lot. And so, Zain, this is an interesting defensive move. Soviet versus Allied early game. Usually you want to be looking to put some pressure on, get some hits in. But Zain bunkering in. Bunkers in the back of his base, bunkers in his base. Wow, bunkers all over. This is very interesting. But I like to see this. You know, and that's the difference between, you know, a top-level player and a low-level player. If a low-level player is losing to someone, they will continue playing their game. They just keep doing what they're doing over and over and over again and hoping something changes. And the difference is with a top-level player is that you try your game, it doesn't work, you go to the next thing. Like, Zain doesn't want to build bunkers everywhere in his base, but what he's been doing doesn't work. And that's what's fun to see as a spectator, you know, when you're watching the kind of player who, if he gets smacked a couple times, he's going to adjust, he's going to give him a different look. That's what, you know, that's what true entertainment is all about. All right, perfect range for those Desos, gonna take out some of those GIs. Now Luke has an Eagle, and he has an Eagle and a Sniper, so those Desos are gonna be really, really tricky to deal with. And now Zain early tech, so Zain in a much better financial position. Zain's got a lot of oil pumping and a super early battle lab. And I like this, you know, because I'm up in the booth. I'm saying what everyone knows, early Rhino rush. And but if Luke knows you're going to do that, you got to mix it up. You can't let the other player anticipate what you anticipate anticipating. That's warfare, you know. All right, Deso bomb being prepared here by Zain, and Luke looks like he's going to try to go take a bite on the top left. And there's not much over there. Let's see how quickly Zain can react and what he's going to lose in the process. All right, Zain chases him off, so that's good. Now we got a Kirov coming. No anti-air from Luke. Keep an eye on Luke's base. See how quickly he can adjust here. Another Kirov coming, and an Iron Curtain for Zain. Ooh. Small, what do you think, buddy? What do you think? Right now, your life's on the line. You got to bet your life. Who do you think is going to win this point? This point, not the match. This point. What do you think? Talk to me. Nice little Eagle snipe topside. Keeping the Eagles going. Eagles in the sky. That's what it's all about. All right, so now the Kirovs, and Luke choosing to counter with GGIs, which is very, very interesting. And Luke again taunting on that top left side, and Zain not even pretending to defend it. At least send a Deso over there. I'm not sure what. I feel like Zain's top middle is so exposed, but for some reason Luke's not taking the bait, and Zain's not either. Now keep an eye. Luke is gapped up now, so Zain on that bottom side, he does not know what he's going into, and that's very, very scary as a Soviet player. You don't know how many prism towers are there. You don't know if he's got mirages, and so now he's pushing in up there. It's almost like Zain wants him to attack on that top side. It's very interesting. All right, so now Zain is grouping up a bunch of Kirovs, spamming the Kirovs. He's on four war factories. He's spamming the Kirovs on the bottom, attacking on the top left. There's a lot of Grizzlies there, though. A lot of Grizzlies. Iron Curtain now on the left side, pushing in, gonna do a lot of work. What does he die for right now? Goes for the MCV. Where's the shield? Oh, Luke doesn't shield. Oh no, Luke doesn't shield. Luke loses his MCV on the top side. The Eagles miss on his MCV. He's able to shield his Iron Curtain and save all of that. Wow, and that was a pretty good engagement for Zain, but now Zain not left with much to defend himself. And these Grizzlies, and now Luke's coming in relentless. Zain trying to use oh, and doesn't get the MCV again. All right. How can Zain hang on here? And I'm not playing favorites, but obviously I want to see a good match, so I'm always here for a comeback. Zain hanging on by the skin of his teeth right now. He's gotten a big hit. Now he needs to avoid the massive counter hit right now. And he's got some drones on the bottom side. He's got some Desos slowing him down on the top. He's been able to resist 2 Eagle strikes on his MCV. Wow. Yeah, Small, that's right. Luke's always a safe bet. Oh, and he hits that oil and takes the Iron Curtain with it. And that's something that, you know, players still don't think about. You know, these are players who've been playing the game for 20 years. And all of a sudden you add a new mechanic like building oil, and it throws them off their game. They forget. And so, for example, the lesson is, don't build your super weapon next to your oil derrick. Because when someone bombs the oil derrick, you lose your super weapon. But that's one of those things people will learn with time. Another strike of Eagles, packs up again and saves the MCV yet again. Oh my goodness gracious. Targeting an MCV is difficult with Eagles, and I think it should be, actually. I think that's fair. So that's too bad, because that Iron Curtain, another Iron Curtain hit was exactly what Zain needed. Rocky's on the top left now. Zain should be able to react pretty quickly to this. Zain on 30k. So these striking oil is not a big deal for Zain. But Zain needs to keep building. I assume he's got another Iron Curtain coming, but this is a pretty nice army from Luke. And Tanya runs in and hits a War Factory. And Luke's, Zain is preparing another Kirov strike on the bottom side. He's now got an Iron Curtain as well. That Iron Curtain's a really dangerous placement, though. Yeah, and so Zain, I like this from Zain. Get the Desos down, get some flat cannons, and just hold on up there. Because you don't even need the oil. It's not a big deal. Ooh, forced him to sell the nuclear reactor, and that does put Zain low power. So Zain's got his Iron Curtain. He's got a nice batch of Kirovs, but I don't know how he protects that Iron Curtain. If he could have built the Iron Curtain up by his MCV, then his Flax could have defended his MCV and his Iron Curtain at the same time. But with the Iron Curtain down there, his MCV up there, Luke can kind of just play whack-a-mole and pick his targets. So Zain getting a Deso Bomb prepared on the top middle. Going to try to get into those Mirages and take them out. Here come the Eagles on the Iron Curtain. There's no way to save that. Oh, he shields the Iron Curtain. And Luke bluffs him there and takes the War Factory instead. That does put him low power. If Zain could somehow get another Iron Curtain off, it'd be amazing, but I just don't know how that could possibly happen.
2 minutes
and Zain
remaining.
just moving a little too slow right now. Zain is not reacting fast enough. He's out of position. The BFs are talking on the top side. He needs to do something with those Kirovs. It's time to push the Kirovs. I don't know what Zain's got going on right now. But he is actually, he doesn't seem to be confused. He just has a strategy I don't quite understand. All right, so Deso Bomb gets a lot of damage done. Well, decent amount of damage done on those Mirages. Chases off those BFs. Unfortunately, in the process, Zain has lost all of his Flax. Ooh, and leaves those demo trucks in his base. And Luke takes advantage of that. Now Luke's sniping out the IC. Gonna try to dive for that nuclear reactor. Alright, so Zain chases him back here, and we're going to come down to time. We only got about 1 minute left. Luke rolling in on the top side with those BFs. Not a lot to counter up there either. And now it comes down to a point grab. Whoever can get the most kills right now. This game has been very back and forth, so... yeah, grabbing some last minute points is huge right now. Alright, so Kirov's pushing in. Gonna clear out those IFVs nicely. Luke snipes another War Factory. Alright, so big chain reaction here on the bottom when he takes that oil. That's a nice hit for Zain. Yeah, I'm not sure why. You know, like I said, though, players just don't think of it. Like building the oil, building your IC next to oil. People just don't think of it. They're just not used to it. But now he knows. And that's going to be game. And now Zain out with an Iron Curtain. Sometimes these players lose track of time, but I like that. They're so in it that they're committed.
Player defeated.
All right, let's see who pulls ahead on points. And Luke pulls ahead on points. Wow, it was close though. Very, very close on points. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, I kind of... The 10-minute timer is nice in situations like that, though, because that game was kind of burnt out. Like, it would have been fun. I mean, obviously, it's always fun to see how the dust is going to settle, but it could have gone forever. It could just keep going for so long. Because in a normal game, things start to... There's like a slow... Like, you have a bunch of gems and ore, and then you mine all the close ones, then your long distance, and your economy slowly kind of drops. And in the process, the game kind of has this natural ebb and flow and kind of a climax to it, I think. Whereas in this game, because everyone's pumping so much oil, by the end of the game, players will have 50k. So it kind of becomes weird. Like, the ending of the game doesn't really crescendo in the most ideal way. All right, so Zain now bringing some early GIs. When you're down 3-0, I can't argue with it. Do whatever you got to do, make something happen. Start playing darts with mashed potatoes, you know? Throw enough shit at the wall until something sticks. All right, so now we do see an early economy hit from Zain. Zain on 3 oils before a war factory, and now an AFC. And so as long as he can resist, you know, Luke now has about to have 4 rhinos, and as long as he can resist these early hits, I think it's nice for Allied. It's not bad. You can, on this map, you can turtle in pretty effectively if you don't lose a bunch of GIs to monkeys for no reasons. All right, so Zane's got an eagle. He's got a couple Rockies, but Luke's got a flak out. Misses the flak. Okay, so now Zane's he's got 4 eagles, he's got a few Rockies, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's hard. The early Rocky eagle stuff, you really got to try to get something in quick. Cutting the slack with a flag. Yeah, you got to get something in quick, because as soon as the opponent starts building flak, you know, you lose mileage pretty quick. So let's see, Zane's got a really nice economy coming here. Let's see what he brings out for his next building. It'll be interesting to see. Is he going to bring another war factory? Is he going to push early tech? Another oil derrick. Yeah, so if Zain can resist early on here, he's going to have a really, really nice economy. 7 oil derricks now, and a second AFC. I like that. So he got nice and harassed that first game by Luke. He was feeling the pressure from Luke's eagles, and he thought to himself, hey, these eagles are OP. These eagles are stupid. I hate them. Let's try them on Luke. So Zain now out with 2 AFCs, going to get 8 super early eagles. He also has a Navy SEAL. I assume he's bringing out an IFV. Navy SEALs are lazy. They like that VIP service. They like that Uber right to the front lines. All right, 8 eagles. Going left. Luke matches immediately. And now a battle lab from Zain. Yeah, and Zain using his paradrops defensively and a super early gap. That's a good move here. Zain's base is so spread out, but there's a lot of vulnerability in Zain's base right now. And so gapping up so that Luke doesn't know where to pick his hits from, that's a really, really nice move. But Iron Curtain now from Luke. And what's he going to hit here? Oh, nice hit. Targets the oil, takes a nuclear reactor with it. And both players now learning the hard way to not build important things next to oil derricks. Does lose 6 eagles in the process, though. Loading up the BFs now. And I'm surprised Luke hasn't chosen to put some pressure on. Zain has sacrificed his defenses for... Oh, a lot of Desos pushing in on the bottom side. And now he knows. Now he's in the gap. And Zain builds a second gap. And now Luke knows, you know, once you get into the gap, you're like, should we go in? There could be anything there. Should we go in? Who knows? It could be anything. And then you go in, you're like, oh my God, there's nothing here. So Luke takes a nice little bite there, slows down that expansion. But Zain's got plenty to give here. He is low power right now, though. Don't want to be low power at this point in the game. Ooh, and low power, so that Prism's not going to get anything done. And now, on Zain choosing to drive in with his BFs, he needs to get the Eagles. I don't know why the Eagles aren't flying. I don't know why Luke pulled out that attack. Luke has so many rhinos right now. Absolutely devastating amount of rhinos. And Zain sneaks in and grabs the health crate. Really, really nice move there. And if Zain can get a nice counter punch with those Eagles right now, he could stay in this, but it is troublesome. Getting some chip damage with those Rockies. So he's going to have to snipe the... Oh, he does shield the Iron Curtain, but Zain needed to do that. That Iron Curtain would be absolutely devastating right now. And now Luke again going to go up to this top side, and Zain again not defended well. His army very out of position. So now we got a nice little split action here. Oh, an Iron Curtain defensively on the bottom side. And Zain a little slow to run with his army. Going to lose both his BFs, which are kind of his bread and butter right now. Does have a nice group of Mirages on the left side, though. And that Iron Curtain, pretty devastating. He's going to have to pull his Mirages over to that right side to try to help defend. And you see Zain just a little slower, a little less comfortable with Allied, and you know, using those Eagles a little less efficiently, certainly. Zain hits an oil in the bottom middle, but does not get the chain reaction that he wanted or needed. And now Luke pushing it on the bottom right, and Zain just scrambling. And it is interesting to watch Luke. You know, Luke's been in a lot of situations. Ooh, and a nice Deso hit. Gonna get a lot done on those Mirages. The Deso's obviously a hard counter for Mirages. Zain could be using his Eagles right now to try to target those Desos, but either way, he's in a pretty tough spot. He does have a Tanya in that one BF, so that Tanya BF's clearing out those Desos nicely. Zain reacting now on the left side, getting in position. Got some GGIs, got some nice amount of Prisms. And I like this. This is interesting from Zain. He's almost building out oils as like a perimeter base, and he's willing to give those up. And then he's building his defenses closer to home where things matter. You know, if you build your Prisms at the very front of your base, people drive past them. Paradrop in the back left. I don't think that got much done. Yeah, it's interesting. Luke has had a couple situations where he could have dove. He could have suicided and got some real damage done in Zain's base, but he's decided not to. And I think he's the kind of player that's calculated enough to know that he's ahead. And he says, hey, I don't need to trade. I don't need to base trade. I don't need to sacrifice. I can meticulously pick this guy apart and play it safe. So I think that's what we're seeing from Luke. And, well, it's certainly working. And now left side, right side, left side, right side. Zain is low power. Zain has no tanks left. Zain calls GG. That brings Luke 4-0. It is best of 9. So, you guys are going to be witnessing one of two things right now. A legendary comeback, like the comeback of all time, or a 5-0. So, one way or another, we're going to get something epic to watch. Because 5-0ing Zain, nothing to be taken lightly, that's for sure. All right. Luke in the top left, Zain in the bottom right. Soviet versus Soviet. I think this was the point so far. Well, honestly, Zain's given a couple good looks, but this is one of the faction matchups where I think Zain has had the most luck. That very first point, Zain was pretty close. There was that one match where Zain, I think it was Soviet versus Allied. Yeah, the Soviet versus Allied. Man, Zain was really throwing a lot at Luke, but Luke was taking it in stride. Luke is super strong, super strong. OP, Luke. Four wins in a row. I missed it because I normally do it for 3.
The red player is on fire.
That's right, the red player is on fire. 4-0, massively on fire. And Luke not slowing down at all in Zain's base, in his face already. Alting the War Factory. Oh my goodness. Zain spamming sentry guns. Zain shooting the ground with one sentry gun. I do not know why you shoot the ground with a sentry gun. Oh my goodness. Zain tried to build an engineer to try to save his War Factory. It wasn't enough. Zain now down a War Factory, down oil. All he's got is an engineer and a prayer. It's not looking good. Let's give him the let's give Zain the lucky unicorn. Let's see if that helps. The lucky unicorn's gonna have to get a lot done right now. So Zain does officially have the lucky unicorn. He's already building drones. You don't want to have to build drones in the first 15 seconds of a game. And the biggest problem when you're playing a player like Luke is that, you know, with a lot of players you think, all right, we're still in this. Maybe he'll make a mistake. You know, maybe he'll blunder. Maybe he'll make a slip. Maybe he'll get aggressive. Maybe he'll get greedy. Maybe he'll get cocky. Unfortunately, we don't see that a lot from Luke. Luke has a lot of discipline. And I think that's the scariest thing to do when you're playing a player. When you get behind on a disciplined, experienced player, it's really, really difficult. Well, obviously, you want your opponent to make mistakes. Zain on a second War Factory now. Luke opting for some more oil. It all comes down to one thing. Do you believe in the magical lucky unicorn? And Luke making good use of that dog fodder out front. Zain, both players spamming the sentry guns. Zain getting some mileage out of that drone. Oh, Luke doesn't see. Oh, Luke did see that drone. Never mind. And the conscripts, that barracks right on the front line is so nice. You see Zain's conscripts obviously have to run across the countryside to get to the battle. Never ideal. You want that barracks right on the front line, spamming conscripts. Luke sitting on 6 oils, so he can conscript. He can build about 10 million conscripts, which is nice. Yeah, I'd like to see a barracks on the front line from Zain, or he's going to fall behind here pretty quick. Now, Deso's out from Zain. Luke does not have a radar, so Zain is going to bring the Desos in a little bit earlier. I think Tesla tanks. I think Tesla tanks is the move. Just kidding. Tesla tanks is never the move. So now Luke drawing a little line in the sand. So Luke not really pushing now. He's just going to bunker up, sentry gun up, wall off that part of the map, and go back to development on the backside. And hats off to Zain for hanging in there. And you know, it's fun to have players like this on, you know, players who are gonna fight tooth and nail until the very, very end. Because that's what you want to see as a spectator. Because if you're not that kind of player, you never get an epic comeback. And remember, guys, every single epic comeback video starts with a game exactly like this. So hang in there. You never know what we're going to get. Zain is hungry. Zain does not want to be embarrassed. He does not want to go home 5-0. No one does. Let's see what he can make happen. Battle Lab now from Zain. Battle Lab for Luke. No players on super weapons yet. How are we doing on war factories? Both players in a very similar position. Luke is ahead on rhinos and is slightly ahead on the build as well. Similar though, nuclear reactors coming out pretty much in form. And Zain opting for the Kirov. We've seen Zain get a lot done with these Kirovs. No anti-air down there on that bottom left side. Luke bringing a flak immediately to the front line. You see with 3 war factories, the door of the war factory doesn't even close when you're building flaks. So you can counter very, very quickly. And so Luke's smart. See, there's no oils in that front base. Zane's just going to let it die. There's no oil in that front base, so nothing to target. Kirov doesn't get much done. You really need a couple Kirovs, I think. We've seen that from Zain in some of those early games. 3-4 Kirovs. Zed in the house. Zed with the hydrate. That's what I needed, Zed. Appreciate it, buddy. And now Luke coming at. Luke's got a 3-way conscript split. Zane's got a bunch of drones. Who got their Iron Curtain out first? So, Luke ahead on the Iron Curtain. Man, Luke just slightly ahead across the board. Yeah, Zain is getting wrecked. But you can't blame him because Luke is a beast. And now Luke out with a Boris, which is never good because Boris is OP. And Zane's going to make a desperate dive. A little bit of a base trade here. Luke able to force shield. Zain now uses his IC. Both players in each other's bases. I don't think the dust is going to settle well here. Does take Luke's MCV. Zain, but they both lose each other's MCVs. It's kind of like in chess. Like in chess, if you can't checkmate someone you're about to lose, you do what's called a spite check, and you just check their king, even though it doesn't matter. Like, you just check their king. There's no way you're going to win, but you check the king. It's called a spite check. And that's kind of what that is. It's like a spite base trade. You're like, hey, I'm going to lose this, but I'm going to take his MCV with me. And again, I think the most interesting thing about this match is that Zain didn't play bad, you know, in any sense of the word. He was playing a level of Blitz that you know, top level players would have struggled with.
Player
but
defeated.
Luke is just playing Blitz on a different level right now. Oh. Oh, we're pushing all the wrong buttons. Oh no, we got all the wrong buttons. This isn't a BRB. Oh no, I pushed the BRB button. Now I got Pirate Ivor telling you that I'm going to be right back. I got another Ivor telling you something else. Focus on the lion. The lion was the correct button. Yeah, Luke just readies up. He just smashes the ready button. Luke, no one's here. The match is over.